Assalamualaikum and very good evening to Doctor and all of you. Today our group as group number 3 would like to present on the ethic case study based on the case study number 3 and the case study number 6. Our group consists of Hani, Jafni, Adrian and Hafilah.
Assalamualaikum and good day to Doctor and to the beloved classmate. We are from a group 3 and we would like to discuss on number 3 ethics case study. So the scenario is Linda has a computer science degree and has 3 years work experience. She has her own company and one of the current projects she involved designing an employee database for a large company. The database contains medical records, performance evaluations, salary, and etc. She must decide on the security required for this system. The question is how much the security? She believes that the client should have all the necessary informations that the client can use to base their decision on. She then presents all available options to the clients with the level of security proportional to the cost. The client chooses the cheapest and the least secure options, which leads Linda to feel that this is insecure. Through this scenario, we have evaluated Linda's actions, whether it is immoral or moral ethics. So they have 3 steps, which is the step 1 is look at the list of fundamental principles, which the alternative list, and identify those that are relevant to the moral problems. So they have 4, which is the first one, be impartial. The second one, disclose information that others ought to know. The third one, take responsibility for your actions and inactions. The fourth one, maintain your integrity. So this is the first step. The next step, I pass to Hani to proceed.
Thank you, Hafila. So I will be moving on to the second step, which is to list the clauses related to this issue. The first clause is 1.03, which is to approve software only if it is safe. In this case, Linda needs to only approve the database design only if it is considered safe. The second one is clause 1.04, which is to disclose all actual or potential dangers. In this case, Linda has already disclosed all security options and its potential impacts of the proposed system to her client. The third one is clause 2.09, where Linda should put employers or clients' interests first, unless overriding moral concerns. So in this case, Linda actually needs to follow her client's interest on saving some budget for security, but while maintaining the security requirements of the database. So the fourth one is clause 3.01, which is to aim for high quality, acceptable cost, and a reasonable schedule, and making trade-offs clear. So in this case, Linda has listed all security trade-offs and its correlation to cost, and she has allowed the client to aim for the highest quality that the client can afford. The fifth one, which is the last one, is clause 3.06, which is to follow the most appropriate professional standards. So Linda must follow the most appropriate professional security standard to design this database. So after listing all the clauses related, so we have come to step 3, which is to determine whether the case action aligns with the statements in the clauses. So in this case, Linda has already listed all possible security measures proportional to its cost to the client, and she is following ethical code 1.04 and 3.01 and has ensured that her client understands the risk imposed for different security trade-offs. So since her client has chosen the lowest security measure, the cheapest one, Linda actually needs to follow the client's requirement only if the proposed solution is secure enough. This is following code 1.03 and code 3.06. However, if the proposed solution still follows standard security requirements, despite it being the lowest specification, Linda should follow ethical code 2.09, which is to put the employer's or client's interest first. So our suggestion is this action is moral only if the suggested option, which is the cheapest one, is secure enough and is following the standard database design. Thank you. I will pass to my next team member. So after listing all the clauses related, so we have come to step 3, which is to determine whether the case action aligns with the statements in the clauses. So in this case, Linda has already listed all possible security measures proportional to its cost to the client, and she is following ethical code 1.04 and 3.01 and has ensured that her client understands the risk imposed for different security trade-offs. So since her client has chosen the lowest security measure, the cheapest one, Linda actually needs to follow the client's requirement only if the proposed solution is secure enough. This is following code 1.03 and code 3.06. However, if the proposed solution still follows standard security requirements, despite it being the lowest specification, Linda should follow ethical code 2.09, which is to put the employer's or client's interest first. So our suggestion is this action is moral only if the suggested option, which is the cheapest one, is secure enough and is following the standard database design. Thank you. I will pass to my next team member.
Okay, now we are moving to the second part, which is case study number 6. Ms. Sharifah is a lecturer and also expert in IT system. Other than teaching, her job is to evaluate automation needs and recommend suitable system. Recently, she was hired by a hospital to upgrade their system. She recommended, no with reason, TriStar as best system to upgrade to. Then she also a partner in a TriStar company. Okay, now we move to the first step, which is the requirement is to look at the list of the fundamental principle, the alternative list, and identify those that are relevant to the moral problem. In the case study number 6, we had identified 3 fundamental principles, which is the number 1 is be impartial. The second one is disclose information that others ought to know. And the last one is share your knowledge, expertise and values. Next. Second step regarding to the case study number 6, which is search the list of clauses accompanying each of the relevant fundamental principles to see which speak most directly to the issue. Okay, for the first one, be impartial. Under the clause of 6.05, note to promote their own interests at the expense of the profession, client, or employer. Okay, based on the case study number 6, Ms. Sharifah strongly gave a recommendation with reason to the hospital of TriStar system while she is also a part of TriStar company. Then she was hired by the hospital based on her profession background. Thus, she able to give the recommendation to the hospital.
Hi, now continue with the context on client and employer for step number 2 on share your knowledge, expertise and values. For clause 405, refuse to participate as members or advisors in a private, governmental or professional body concerned with software related issues in which they, their employers or their client have undisclosed potential conflicts of interest. So in short, Mrs. Sharifah didn't inform the hospital that she is the part of TriStar company. She might gain personal interest on giving recommendation, promoting and selling the system to the hospital. Next, clause 106, be fair and avoid deception in all statements, particularly public ones, concerning software or related documents, methods, and tools. Mr. Sharifah was seems deceptive when she mentioned the TRISA system is the best without further comparing with the other system on part of the evaluation. On the next clause, 506, give full and accurate information to potential employees. Mr. Sharifah might be biased on giving a recommendation as she only promoting TriStar system is the best system to be used without having multiple system comparison and be transparent on the final recommendation of her evaluation. On the next aspect on self, share your knowledge, expertise and value. On clause 108, volunteer professional skills to good causes, Mrs. Sharifah breached the code of ethics by having an advantage of her profession on giving recommendation to the hospital while promoting the system that she have partnered with, even though she was hired but her skills should be used for the good causes. Next, clause 601, help create an environment supporting ethical conduct. Mrs. Sharifah didn't support the ethical conduct by having personal interest over the ethical conduct that she should have with her profession. After seeing the weightage of the clause on step 2, now we proceed to step 3 on determine whether the case action aligns with or contradict with the statement in the clauses. Mrs. Sharifah is a lecturer and also expert in IT system. Her job is to evaluate automation needs and recommend suitable system. With this outstanding background of her profession, she was hired by a hospital to upgrade their system. She recommended, with reason, the TRISA as a best system to upgrade to for the hospital. With the recommendation that she gave, she was seems to comply to the clauses 108 and 601. By that, she was conducting her job in ethical manners. However, Mr. Sharifah appears to have violated actually 6 clauses, including 108 and 601, as mentioned in some degrees. She didn't be honest on letting the hospital know at first she is one of the partner with TriStar company. On the other hand, these matters could lead her to be biased on the final recommendation. Mrs. Sharifah should have revealed her conflict of interest. With that, the hospital can choose to get another opinion. Furthermore, she also only promoting and pursuing TriStar system is the best without comparing with other systems in the market. This becomes evidence that she might not come up with transparent recommendation for the good of the hospital. For Group 3, our suggestion what she has been doing is considered immoral based on the ethics and clause given.